Imagine if you could solve your procrastination problem just like that, and finally get self-control, more self-awareness, and be able to do your productive work even when you don't feel like doing it. The point is, in this video, I want to tell you something I use to actually fix all that, and something that helps a lot, and that I don't see people really talking about. I mean, it's so important, but I don't see anybody pretty much teaching it. And by the way, if you struggle really hard with really much with procrastination and you cannot seem to get out of it and you're sick and tired of it, hit me up. First link in the description. Now back on the video. Look, the thing that helped me a lot for months, perhaps even years, but definitely months at least, to really beat self-sabotaging behavior and to be more disciplined is speaking with myself. And then might say, "Oh, but Sebastian, what does that mean? That just kind of that sounds silly. I mean, is it that simple?" Yes, it is. Because think about it, right? What happens when you do something you shouldn't do? You know, that you eat something you shouldn't eat. You do a bad habit that is not good for you. You procrastinate on your work. You do the wrong stuff, and you do it automatically. And you kind of realize that it's not good for you, but at the same time, you don't say anything, and you just keep going, and just do the behavior. But what will happen if you actually start speaking out? When you start to speak out the truth, and you say, okay, no, this is not good for me. I'm not interested in doing this. I'm not doing this. When you actually say that, your self-awareness and self-control skyrocket. So you will be able to finally get self-control, you know? Not just automatically go into the habit mindlessly, not even thinking correctly, but actually being able to control yourself through self-talk, through speaking with yourself, awareness. I mean, I don't know if many people do this. Perhaps you do. But basically, what you want to do, and I thought this was not necessarily the best thing for me, but actually I realized what a blessing it was. Speaking with yourself literally all day. What you're about to do, how you want to do it, what are your thoughts on it. You literally are not just thinking, but verbalizing those thoughts into existence. I mean, you just think out loud, basically, if it makes sense. When you do this, you develop this habit, and you can start using it also deliberately to get yourself out of dumb situations of potential procrastination moments, and finally gain more self-awareness. And self-awareness combined with knowing the truth and listening to your conscience, to God, to what you know is right, that will give you self-control. That's exactly how you will get more self-control. And meditation helps a lot with this as well, right? So when you meditate, what happens, right? You become more self-aware. 100% is not even debatable. You will become exponentially more self-aware. And in a good way. I don't know why people use it in a bad way. Why would you not want to be self-aware? Do you want to just indulge in bad habits and regret it? I don't. Then be more self-aware. And by that I mean be aware, and not just aware, but meditation just skyrockets your level of understanding the bad and wrong, the bad and good, decisions. And you realize way more, okay, this is not a good thing. And I know it sounds obvious, but meditation gives you so much more self-control also, because you see these activities and you're kind of outside of them. You're no longer just mindlessly going to do that bad habit, but you're actually more present, more alive, and you're realizing things. I mean, it's huge. And that combined with you talking with yourself, you won't lie, right? Because when you don't talk with yourself and you just indulge into that bad habit, when you self-sabotage, you don't really say anything. You just kind of shamelessly go and do that whatever bad habit. But if you actually speak it out loud, you won't have the nerve to actually say, oh yeah, it's a good thing. Of course not. Of course not. And ask yourself, will I respect myself more if I procrastinate on this productive work? or if I don't go to the gym today, or or will I respect myself more if I eat this junk food today? And stay lazy and don't make that YouTube video, then don't work on the business, and don't help all these people, and don't spend time with the family, and really try to create a difference in the world. Look, point is, your lack of self-awareness is killing your progress, and it's making you self-sabotage. And another point is, how you create huge levels of self-awareness and therefore self-control is through meditation, that's one, and two, developing a habit of speaking more with yourself. So do you understand this? Do you understand the power of these things? Look, I know a part of your brain might try to tell you hey, don't listen to this advice, but that's the same part of your brain who got you into doing those bad habits in the first place, and now you feel shame and guilt and regret because of that. So point is, don't listen to that, and just simply take this advice on, right? Because I obviously have the results you want. You don't. What you've been doing so far clearly doesn't work, so please don't listen to your brain, because it's not qualified to give you advice, because you don't have the results you want yet. So please don't listen to it, therefore. It makes sense, right? It's only logical. It's a no-brainer, right? I know it might feel hard, but what you want to do is to put your attention more on the truth and what's right. The more you do that, the more you'll start to literally pay attention to this, and this side will get power and more influence over you. This good thing to do, the right thing to do. And you want to put your attention onto this, because when you kind of get it aside and look at this bad thing, even though you know it's bad, you kind of put your whole attention on it, and it influences you. What you want to do is get that aside and focus a little bit more to put this right decision in your sight, so that you focus on it, and finally you're like, oh yes, I got self-control, right? And after that, after a couple of minutes, you realize what a stupid decision it would have been if I took that wrong decision. With food, it happened to me, but I'm glad I stayed strong and I did not eat some dumb stuff. And for you as well, with the work, with this and that, it helps. So you just simply say, yeah, I know it sounds simple, but you just simply say, look, I know and you verbalize it. Say it with words out loud. Don't shout, but speak it with yourself, right? Look, I know I don't feel like doing this productive task, but I need to, because it will help my future self, it will help my family, it will help my people to build this whatever results up, to be a great example for them, and to achieve way better results for myself and them, and inspire them and inspire more people and help them out, and really create a massive difference in the world, right? So just do that. You're simply, by just speaking it out loud, you won't have you say it, you cannot just lie after that. You won't take yourself seriously. You'll think like, yeah, of course I don't want to procrastinate and stuff. I know it's not the right decision. And so when you actually speak it, you get exponentially more self-control. Because when you just let those thoughts be blurry in your mind, and you kind of go about like this about it, you just end up self-destructing and self-sabotaging. So take the right decision and speak with yourself. And look, by the way, look at this beautiful view. Absolutely amazing. Did you hear that, by the way? I don't know, what was that? Maybe a bee or something? Anyway, touch some grass and go outside and get some oxygen in. Look at this beauty, man. Let me actually go like this so that you see perhaps that as well. But yeah. Oh, look at that moon as well. I don't know if you see it. Beautiful. Let me try to do that. Nah, you cannot see it really, I think. How to even... Maybe you see it now. And look, complexity will kill your productivity if you have this massive resistance and you just don't seem to make yourself do the work. I mean, look, you gotta make your system simple. You gotta make the plan simple. Work on one thing was the most essential, most important thing for you in that category to level up. And just focus only on that, or at least pretty much on that, mostly most of the time, right? So that's another thing. And two, if you struggle with it, do it first thing in the morning, because then it's not like you have so many more as many distractions as later in the day. That's one. And two, you wake up specifically to do that thing. So when you will wake up, you don't just go and waste half an hour or 1 hour on Instagram, but actually go and do that productive task, right? So for example, for me, it might be to work on the product that I make, or make these videos to help you, whatever. Either way, I want to help you. Point is, whatever that productive task is, if you struggle with it, well, do it first thing in the morning. Why wouldn't you eat? What else would you be doing? I mean, come on. Wasting your time with what? Of course, people have some other fun, good hobbies, like me, guitar, drawing. But aside, pardon me, aside that, what else would you be doing? I mean, of course, work out, this and that. But focus on some productive work. I mean, we're not just born to just sit and do nothing. I mean, think about it. You complain about working, and maybe it's the wrong goal or work for you. Fair enough. So choose the right one. But point is, why would we just waste our time with doing nothing? That will get us bored eventually. You can, go and take a break, recharge, but at some point you'll need to be working on something. So that's another part of the mindset. You don't want to get away from the work if it's the right work. I mean, of course, take some breaks, this and that, sometimes, but point is, we want to have something to work on. Even Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, said something like, why would I complain when I get up from my bed in the morning that I gotta go work? I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Why would I complain about the thing that I gotta do as a human? He said something like this, and imagine literally that, right? I mean, close your eyes right now, and imagine that for like the next 20, 50, 70 years, you're doing nothing productive. You're doing absolutely nothing to level yourself up and to help these people in the world out. And you don't even make a great impact in the world. You don't even achieve your dreams. You just stay there bored and procrastinate, because the price of procrastination is the life you could have lived. The price of procrastination is the life you could have lived. So will you let that life, just go by? Will you let time go by with you doing nothing, or will you do something about it? I know it sounds simple, guys, but think about it, right? If you don't have the right mindset about it, the time will pass, and the time passes anyway, but the point is, you will waste a bunch of it by just not being productive if you have the wrong mindset. If you think that, oh, I have enough time, I have this and that. Bro, the time passes. I don't see you leveling up. So after quite a while, we see who has put in the work and who did not. And look, when I heard something like this, what I just told you, from my mentors, I thought, oh yeah, I'm putting in the work. But when I actually realized, wait a bit, am I actually operating at the level I thought I was? I mean, you perhaps right now are not as leveled up and as advanced in productivity and so on, and work ethic as you thought you were. So point is, reevaluate this, rethink this, re-see this. Make your goals more specific. Choose the right goals. Focus on the one thing. And read this book by Gary Keller, The One Thing. Massive book, changed my life with productivity. And stay more in nature at a high frequency. Love it. Beautiful day, man. And what else did we talk about? Meditate every day, daily. For like 5, 10, 20 minutes, something like this. And also develop this habit out of speaking with yourself more. To get more self-awareness and to get more self-control, therefore. And this is pretty much it. If you truly are sick and tired out of not having results from your productive work, hit me up, link in the description, first link. Watch more of these videos and comment what else do you want me to help you with. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. And by the way, look at again at this beautiful view. Peace.